Yeah, it's like a gale around here, isn't it? Amazing. Must been all those great seekers that used to be. Yeah, it looks like they've completely rebuilt the facade.
Downstairs there was a barber's, an old-fashioned barber's, one of those red
With
and
a
white
strap pole.
signs,
Strap
poles
pole,
going
yeah.
around. And you go in there and go up 3 flights of stairs. The first floor was their offices.
That was the Gavin's office, this first floor. And then the second 2 floors were like a maisonette. Look out. The second 2 floors were a maisonette.
So the first floor was office, the second floor was their living room and the kitchen, and then the top floor was the bedrooms and bathroom.
A couple of bedrooms and a bathroom.
Yeah.
And they rented it.
And that's where that Guru Puja was, where Shri Mataji sat on a brown sofa with flowers sort of apparently growing out from her feet.
Yes.
And that brown sofa would pull out and be a double bed, and she'd lie down and sleep, and we'd all lie on the floor and take vibrations.
Yeah. So how long were we here for, a meeting? We were still meeting.
Well, we lived there for
the
a while.
first follow-up to the first Caxton Hall was up here,
Yes,
wasn't it?
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So that's 1977.
Yeah,
It went on for quite a few years. I mean, when they had children, I was still here. So Olympia was born in 1980.
But the meeting stopped, I think, once we got Finchley. We more or less moved over to there.
That's right. Mother would come over there.
But this was, like when I was saying earlier, that guy who threw the brick, it was actually the second floor, wasn't it?
Yes,
It was this window. It would have been this window.
No,
The middle one.
The third one up.
Third one. Because that's where, that would have been the lounge, and that's where Shri Mataji would have been sitting.
Yeah.
Just next to that window, and And we had a lot of meetings here, including the follow-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bogdan came here. This is where Jamal got his realisation.
Yes, that was after
Mind,
Mind and Body and Spirit.
Yeah, that's right. This is where he got that crushing headache off Gus, and said that he now believed in collective consciousness. You know, he tried to work on it. He came back and said, "My God, no, I believe in it." And well, lots of things happen here.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I came here one day early for the meeting on a Sunday, and I found Shri Mataji waiting outside in the street on her own, and nobody was here yet.
Gosh, what
And
did
she
you
was,
do?
well, what do you think? Okay, I said, "Oh dear, Shri Mataji, I'm sorry, you know, whatever." But she'd come up by herself on the train from Oxted, but she was just standing here waiting.
I know that after that first puja, the Guru Puja, when we came out into the street here, it was the first time I felt like mankind had put a very thin layer of concrete over the earth, and that the earth was this huge, pulsating thing that was, you know, that we were like ants, the little effect we'd had on it. It was the most amazing thing. It's like Mother had shifted the whole feeling.
Yeah.
And that, you know, what we thought of as London as this amazing town was just a transitory thing as part of, you know...
It's a thin thing on the surface,
absolutely, you know, so wafer thin compared to her strength beneath.
Well, this place across the road here with all the windows, I've always thought that's where the squatting community used to be, that we were part of. And I've always thought of those windows as like a reflection, as we think of Shiva, as if it's a monument to establishing the spirit in the middle of London.
Yeah. And that's where you lived, wasn't it, Dougie?
No, actually.
You were round the corner there.
Round the corner, I mean, Thomas Square.
No, you see there.
That gap down there.
You see that place there? Yeah. That's a girls' hostel, okay? Yeah. And where I lived is if you go through there,
down there and
turn to right through, that's where I lived, on that corner.
Yeah.
Whiz around. So yeah, we did a lot of meetings here. We did.
Mother gave a lot of talks.
Yeah.
This is where I had my second meeting with Shri Mataji, and from then on.
Yes.
Because the first one was Judd Street. Yeah, that was where I did my famous faux pas with the Guru Puja. So when Shri Mataji said to record it, and I said, well, why Shri Mataji? We're all here, and so on.
Well, Mother once called us there one afternoon/evening, and we were all there and we were all falling asleep, and she gave a talk on the Vishuddhi, which was recorded, and we were really, you know, it was coming on for 10 or 11 at night. She carried on talking, carried on working on us, and about an hour later she said, "You see, and I realised that we'd all woken up and we were all alert, and she had just worked it out through us.
Yeah,
Done it all, and it was just incredible to go through just praying to be allowed to lie down, to being absolutely right on the ball. Amazing. And she often stayed over, and we would all sit in a row by the bed taking vibrations. And part of me would be, you know, feeling how amazing this was to take the vibrations, and part of me would be dying from others to say, that's it, you're all right, you can lie down now. And I'd be fighting with this pathetic bit that wanted to lie down. No, you can lie down any other time, this is it, you know. Well, and then when Mother would say, that's it, I'd think, oh no, I didn't want it to stop, really.
But this was where I got that poisoning, that weed killer poisoning. And my legs swelled up, and Shri Mataji came several times to work on my legs and massage the swelling down. They swell right up, didn't they? They were like
they did. They are
it's
unbelievable.
like huge, great cushions, and you could just press them, and they stayed pressed. It's because I'd been inhaling paraquat weed killer, which is lethal.
Yeah, not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
I
wasn't quite that
time.
bad.
No,
it was accidental. I was working without protective gear, and I was very ill for weeks.
Oh, I remember visiting you.
No, you used to wheel me to the over to the hospital in the wheelchair and back. And she came and saw me several times, and spent a lot of time trying to work it out. And I got better in the end.
Yes.
But they couldn't.
You seem to have, judging from your book and things like that, you seem to have had some pretty miraculous escapes.
I think I must have been a cat in one of my past lives. I had a few lives left over. I was very lucky. Yeah. I was very lucky I made it out in the 70s. If I hadn't met Shri Mataji, no way would that have happened.
I don't think a few of us might well have succumbed if we hadn't met Mother.
Yeah, well, I definitely would have.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this place was
This was where we stayed and had meetings and discussions and
we
in-depth.
met up with Mother each week here.
But Caxton Hall was public programs.
So it was 1975. 15th of September we met her at Judd Street for the first time, 1975. The next meeting, which would have been plus 7 days, was here. And then from then onwards it was each week, and then about 2 weeks later we went to her house, which you missed.
I missed.
And whose flat was this?
This is Gavin and James
a chap
Brown.
called Gavin. He was renting it. He rented the office. That was his office.
Gavin Brown.
Say again, yeah.
Gavin Brown
Had a Brown's Geological Information Service on the first floor, and he and his wife rented the flat above. And in fact they had a house they owned in Chesham where we went with Shri Mataji and them
once or twice
for
weekends
sort of work sessions, seminars you might call it, for 7 people.
Yes.
And yes, and it became where Shri Mataji met us every week.
Yeah, because
Before
we all lived around the area. Douglas lived across the road.
Yes. And at one point we moved in here.
At one point for a while. Yeah. At this stage, you and I were living over near Baker Street.
That's
weren't
right.
we?
Yes.
I think the first meeting we had was what, 74?
The first one we came to was late summer 75.
70?
No. The 15th
No,
of September 1975 is
70.
when you and I met.
Yeah, that's what I said. The
74.
first meeting.
So you might have met Mother in 74, I don't know.
You'd met. That was the first time I came with Maureen.
Oh yeah.
That was at Judd Street, and that was the final meeting at Judd Street. From then on, for 2 years, we met here mostly.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, and then we met here till 77, and then we started.
Well, we still carried on,
We
but
went to India in 77.
but we
that's
But
right.
late in the summer, we went to Acton, and then for 3 weeks, and then we moved to
Finchley Road.
Finchley Road.
But the thing was that we didn't do any public programs from 75 to 77. We were just here
Just
and in
meeting
different
Mother
places with Shri
every
Mataji.
week. And she went to India for 3 months.
Oh, yeah,
January to March. So
We went to Western Supermare and all sorts of places like that. But it was just intensive work with Shri Mataji and just a small group of us for 2 years. And Douglas had already been there for some time before that.
That's right.
And then we did the first public programme late in 77 in Caxton Hall.
October, that's right.
And from then on there was always public programmes and places where we met privately. But from 75 to 77, all there was, it all took place here, a lot of it, didn't it?
Yes, yeah.
went to Chesham and
Yeah.
what's it? And we went to St Albans, didn't we, as well?
Yeah, with
Went to
Jamal.
Holman,
Yeah.
Jamal.
To Jamal's
Yeah,
place.
that was when we went round in your car. You took us round in the car. Do you remember?
No,
you
we got a
finished
train
up-
there to begin with.
But we. Do you
We've
remember
gone
you
there a couple
hired
of
a?
times.
Yes, we
Do you remember
did.
you hired an Allegro? Was it?
Yeah,
One
I know, I
square
did,
handle,
yeah.
Square.
Well, you went all over
steering
the
wheel.
place.
Yeah.
But anyway, mostly it was here, and quite a lot happened here, didn't it?
A lot. It was a working out. And
I had some quite powerful experiences here early on. And of course we went to Shri Mataji's house in Hurst Green a lot
Yes,
as
we
well.
did. We had Havan, the first Havan there.
Yeah.
So we were here. Also, you know, another place we went to was was it the Grosvenor in
Oh, the hotel in
Victoria?
Victoria.
Used to have cucumber sandwiches.
And tea, because Mother got the train from Victoria. That's why I quite often go to the hotel.
Yeah.
Different world. The way we were at that point.
But
Of course, Gregoire was here on and off.
he wasn't here very much. I mean,
But
when
when
he
he was
first.
writing the Advent, he came and stayed at Finchley Road.
Yeah, but not here so much.
What sort of size group used to come and visit here?
Well, for 2 years it was only about 6 or 7 of us.
There was a floating people. We'd bring people, and they'd just drift off. You know, but there was a sort of core.
No, there was 6 or 7 of us that were here for.
Yes.
for
But what I
pretty-
mean is sometimes people.
Oh,
would
we
come,
try. I mean, that's what Jamal was. He came here
because we went to the Mind, Body and Spirit.
we gave out these leaflets. But it was basically 6 or 7 of us for
Yes,
2 years.
That's right.
with Shri Mataji.
Intensive. But you know,
before
loads of us went out to her house that time.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't
The
come.
time I missed it.
Yeah.
That wretched
We've
Ignatius,
got
or whatever his
pictures
name was.
of loads of us there.
Yeah,
And of course Tony was there.
yeah. There was 6 or 7, yeah, and it was very hard work actually. I would say great fun, but hard work, and it was just very intensive.
Yeah.
Just few of us.
Fantastic.
Great. It's a shame that they.
Did you manage to go and see
That was Sport England there.
No, but we did something with Mother around here.
Gandhi's monument in Tavistock
Didn't-
Square? Did you go there?
Didn't-
Gandhi's statue?
That's up at Tavistock Place, isn't it?
Didn't
We did a meeting of some sort
We
around
did
here
something
once.
round
Yeah.
here, yeah. You're right there.
Not Camden Town Hall.
No, it
No.
wasn't. It was off around here.
Oh, next might be cross.
Yeah, it was one of these. Might even have been something like that place, something like that.
Yes. I think it might have been the Friends Meeting House or something.
Not sure.
There was a friends meeting house that we went to. I think
But this was,
Some water.
I think, yes, there's
Euston Road.
There's an unused thing of water down by your feet. That's not used. There's one unused, I think.
That's unused, I think.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think what we did, because I remember that lady from the Buddhist Society came.
Still got the Sport England logo on the glass.
Oh, really?
Sport England logo.
That's where Mark used to work once upon a time.
Right, so
So it's a left somewhere.
somewhere we go left.
You used to.
Not on your way, yeah?
No.
Can we go left here, Mark, or is
I
it
don't
not
think
a
so.
road?
It's a walk.
Yeah.
You could probably go left just before.
You can go left down here, I think.
So did Her Majesty ever specific connection between England and India, apart from the fact the English robbed the place?
I don't think so.
Well,
Well,
In what
the
way?
fact,
Better
the
take
fact
it.
that this is the heart, and that the heart's
Yes.
place in the
Yes,
head
and the
is
thing
on the
that Brahma
Sahasrara.
Manga, yeah.
So it has, the connection is
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
That's what she says.
Did she refer to any Anglo-Indian marriages or anything like that?
No, not
There's
specifically.
no Anglo-Indian.
I don't know where I'm going now.
Right,
No,
it's
no,
somewhere
I
along
think-
here.
Do you want to keep cutting
Keep
straight
going
on,
straight
ideally,
on, I think.
Well,
yeah.
if you can? Because we should cut across it at some point.
Yeah.
There's somewhere around here we had that.
That's Marchmont Street. I
You
think
had a
it's the
house
next
round
one.
here,
We had
didn't
a
Next one on the
ashram,
right.
didn't we?
Yes, and something happened here. We had an occasion, and I can't think what it was.
I know.
Really strange. It was just before we got married, Mark.
What's the name of that road? Hunter
Hunter
something.
Street.
I think we have to keep going, don't we?
Yeah, I think
if
Judd
we're
might be a
allowed,
bit further
yeah.
on.
Might be the next one then.
I seem to remember it as being near, just past or opposite
King's
Cross.
Cross, yes, it's not far. Yes, because we got off at King's Cross and
just
walked
over
across.
there.
Yeah,
didn't
so
we?
it'll be somewhere down. We'll cut across it somewhere
And
along.
it wasn't the flat that the house that we had round here.
It was
We
somewhere.
very
had a
much
flat here
square.
somewhere.
It wasn't Regent Square, but it was somewhere around
Very
here.
similar looking.
Very
to
similar,
that.
yeah.
It's all what? Date.
No,
David.
I don't know.
David.
Squidgy bit.
Very tricky things there sometimes. Seaford Street.
Seaford.
Can we park it? We don't know if we're there. What does that say? Doesn't say Judd.
Opposite St. Campus is the next one. That looks like it down there. That's still Junction. Come through here. It's just killing here. This looks like it. Got that entrance way to. I remember. This is it.
When
So this is
can I have something to talk to?
this is Clare Court.
Yeah. Well, you remember when
Come over here, then you can get the clear
yeah.
court,
Yes.
and people can walk by.
You remember when we were at the at Barata Vidiman, after we left from Barata, when we had remember we had a meeting. Were you at Barata Vidiman?
No.
You weren't. Oh, sorry.
Can I just...
Now, what happened when? Whoa, come on, mate.
Use your stick in the other hand.
That's all right. No, got it. Right now, when we went to Barata Vidiman, we had a couple of meetings there, and then
And that was Mukam Shah.
that
the
was
yoga
that was the
teacher
Mukam
at
Shah
those
yoga
classes.
teacher took us there.
And
right.
that was you
Me,
Jane,
Jane,
Gavin.
Tony,
The guys come there.
and anyway, what happened was that Mukam Shah because we didn't want to have any more meetings in the Barata video bank, Mukund Shah told us to come to his house, and he lived up there somewhere.
Hold on a second, okay?
Yeah, I think it was the third floor.
You could stick your hand out of.
It's amazing.
Anyway,
Just think that's that door.
So what happened was that we had meetings here for about 3 or 4 times, and this was
Once
well,
a
this,
week, would you say? You came?
I remember that on a Sunday. We had
Yes,
2 or
they're
3,
always on the Sunday,
on
yeah.
a Sunday at that time. Now this was at this particular time.
You can actually see.
How do you know? This particular time, Mother told us that to put our hands over our ears, and we could actually still hear her talking, because what had happened was that we were hearing her through our sastrara, and this was to prove to us that the sastrara had opened. And we had, as I say, we had meetings here maybe 2 or 3 times, and then from here we went to North Gower Street.
Well, this is where I came to. I had my first meeting with Shri Mataji. Yeah.
That's when you and I came. I think.
I only came here once.
Yes, I only came.
Oh,
here
you only
once.
came
yeah,
once,
we
yeah.
came together with
So
a
is-
lot of people. There was about 6 or 7 of us.
The second time.
No, the first time we came.
No, it was just
Yeah.
you and me and Marie.
No, there was Gus and there were several other
No,
people.
no.
Yeah,
No.
the first time.
No, it's only
just
you and me and Marie.
I thought there were other people.
No,
with
Gus
us.
came other
Oh,
times.
right. Okay.
Yeah, and it was raining. Remember?
Yes. Yeah. Well, there'd been that huge thunderstorm the night before.
It's amazing. So that's the last door I walked through as an
Yes. that's
ordinary
an unrealised
doomed person.
Yeah. I know. I remember walking along the street and my feet were walking and I felt absolutely terrified.
I didn't.
And I didn't know why. I felt like there was, I wanted to
Yeah,
run
you
away.
must have been sensed it. I don't know what I felt. I just was determined to get there because
They wanted
Marie
to
had said
leave
I
you
was in
behind.
too bad a condition to go.
Yes, yeah.
So I was determined to get there. It's
And then
amazing, yeah.
we
So I
went
haven't
in.
been here since that.
And then we went in that flat.
30
and then she
30
told
something
us to
years.
take our shoes.
How long ago is that?
36, nearly
36 years. My
How long
God.
ago?
And
that?
Marie
Good
said to
gracious.
take our shoes off, so we, and I can remember wondering about that, but okay. And there were all these pairs of shoes, weren't there, in the hall, and it was really dark. And we went into that living room, and Mother was sat up the end by the window, which would be one of these.
Yeah.
And she was working on an Indian gentleman.
Sikh.
Yes, with a
I know.
turban.
Telling
on.
him off, not just
Yes,
working on
I
it.
know.
Yeah. And that was the complete opposite to what I expected.
Yes, yes. And the first thing Mother said was that I could do a big show, but I'm your mother. So,
The first thing she said to me was, "This one's sick."
yeah. And then she came round to us all, and she said to me, "What do you feel?" And I was just about to say, "I've no idea." And I said, "Oh, I feel it in my hands. Actually, you feel the vibrations here. Amazing."
Yeah, I'm sure.
And she said, "May God
That's
bless
all
you, you've got it." Well, I've got it.
But I didn't.
No idea what I've got, but I've got it.
Well, I just went up and she just said, "This one's sick."
One hand
Got
out
me
the
to
window.
stick one hand out the window.
One of those windows. there
But I
you
mean,
go.
I had quite a strong experience just walking in the room.
Well, I just felt that she was a goddess, and I
Yeah,
never thought
yeah.
that before ever in my life.
I just thought, what's this person doing here? This is not the normal world.
It was amazing, and and she had a watch on with no numbers on.
Really?
And I can remember looking at it, and it seemed perfectly right that she had a watch with no
I'm
numbers
sure
on
it did.
at all.
Yeah. Are you sure it had no numbers?
It had no numbers. It just had like a tick here.
Oh,
here,
I see.
here,
Yeah. You
But
can
no
get them.
numbers
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all. And it just seemed so appropriate that there was no time.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering what the time was. Completely, it was outside, and then Mother gave me that bottle with water in it, and vibrated it.
I know. Yeah, I had several strong experiences. I mean, I had that with that water as well.
And also the combine harvester.
No, that was different. But no, it was strong. But it's just so awesome to be here after all that time, 36 years. Careful, there's
Sorry, go on.
people. Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, it was.
Strange.
We hadn't come here that day.
I know.
Imagine. We'd be lost.
More than lost, blimey. Definitely. Extraordinary, huh?
Yeah, incredible. And then it's a sitting gate. Well, it's right entering the gate to heaven, isn't it?
certainly like, yeah, it's strange. It really feels strange to just see myself walking through that door. So
that was the only time I came.
yeah, me too. Douglas,
Yeah,
you spend more time there.
I think, as I say, were you not here when Mother told you to put your hand
No.
over your ears? No, as I say, just,
No, because I wouldn't have. Well, I was experiencing other things anyway.
yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, as I say, but the most salient thing that I remember from here, as I say, was when Mother said to put your hands on your ears and that you could hear her talking through the top of your head, and that in itself was quite an experience. But as I say, that's about all I can remember from here.
No, I remember the seat guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Mother was berating him, working on him. He was knelt there.
I brought this young lad round, a guy called Rafe. He was a son of a guy that was living near me, an artist. And what happened, I brought him here, but he spent all the time sort of laying on his tummy, crawling round through underneath all the furniture.
When you say young, how young?
Oh, it was about 10 or 11.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
No, it wasn't your lad.
Sorry, it sounds really weird.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was about 10 or 11.
Yeah, okay.
And he was sort of slithering. He was sort of on his tummy, sort of going underneath all the furniture. Mother said he was possessed by a snake.
Really?
Yeah, that's odd.
Well.
As I say. But well, that's it.
Weird.
Right. Okay, right, he's putting that in. Right. Okay. Leave it. Right, let's
Yeah, strange.
That's it.
go.
Incredible.
Righty-ho.
Het is een beetje stil.